Good morning. I want to talk today about you being a maverick, being an unorthodox kind of person, and why it doesn't seem like you really fit the mold. And this is a different perspective than you may have ever heard before. I am doing a series right now for highly sensitives and visionaries who are wanting to create something in your life. And you may be in transition right now. You may be kind of questioning the vision. And so this series is really about what's at the core of who you are. So today's topic is you as a maverick. So there are a lot of different kinds of people in the world as you look around, and sometimes you may feel like, how are there so many different kinds of people? So this perspective has to do with soul age, and it has to do with that we progress as beings and we are here to inhabit our full selves as a soul and grow that material, become more as a soul. Now, infant souls are probably not watching this video. They may not have a smartphone. They are working hard to survive and just exploring the rudimentary aspects of living on Earth. Earth is just such a fierce place for the body. And so that is the sphere for the infant soul. No judgment on any of these types, by the way. This is just an orientation video on where you may be coming from in your consciousness, how to utilize that more effectively to create your life. And sometimes there's just a missing piece where you just need an aha. Oh, I see it now. I see myself. Um, the baby soul is grouping together with others and is wanting to stay with the herd, is wanting to conform. Conformity is a very high value for the baby soul, whereas for the infant soul, it's grouping together for survival, physical survival. The baby soul is grouping together with others, congregating with others, clustering with others to have social survival through following rules and rules set out by a leader of that society, by whoever makes the rules, really just believing in authority figures and bowing to authority and wanting to just, color inside the lines and make sure that they're not doing anything wrong. Now, you know how the human brain is wired to look for the poison berry when you're hunting or looking for signs of social dismissal, being dismissed, being the outsider, in the infant soul category, that's about survival. And like, if the tribe turns their back, you have no food. No one will feed you. But in the baby soul category, people will turn up their nose if, if you don't go to their church. So the whole organization of social structures around rules and regulations around who you get to be, that's the baby soul category. Young souls are here to make a mark. They're here to get big. They're here to shine. They're here to climb atop the shoulders of the person before them and and get what they got to get before they get dead. So the young soul is very ambitious, very driven, very acquisitional, material acquisition, status, fame, those things. Not really interested in conforming exactly, and not highly empathetic either. The mature soul is has been there, done that. So start to notice how when you get to the mature stage, you've been there, done that, and you're less interested in material acquisition and more interested in growing your heart. And sometimes when you grow your heart, it gets broken a lot. And so it's a very passionate heart-wrenching, living really in extremes, because through the extremes of life and through, pushing boundaries for what you think you can handle in life, you learn about the survival of the heart. And I didn't say this about the young soul. The young soul is mostly wants to congregate with those who are on the up and up as well. And also, it's all about status, and you don't want to lose your power in the world. So that's kind of what the acquisition is power. But the mature soul is willing to begin to see, there's myself, and then there's you, and I wonder what the difference really is. And so in the previous stages, souls are not differentiating exactly. I mean, in the young soul stage, there's a lot of competition, like who's better, who's the bigger, whatever. And but the mature soul is starting to say, you know, who you are is so important to me that it feels like it could kill me, like it could break my heart. And I want to have that connection with others. I want to feel that connection. So it's a very going deep, it's the stage where uh, um, tragedies are written, tragic plays. It's the tragedy, it's the drama of life. It's the highs, the lows, and just the extremes of existence and what it means to your soul, which is the heart. That's where the soul connects, is into the heart. So that's why the mature soul is like, oh my God, I'm just feeling all this stuff and I don't know if I can take any more. Very intense stage. Then there's the old soul stage. Old souls are moving out of intensity, and they are interested in great expansion, great growth, and teaching, and interested in observing all the former selves they've had to see, who do I want to be now and who am I being and how does this compare to lessons I've learned? They want to give back, just kind of like an older person in life wants to give back. Let me teach, let me offer some words of wisdom. I know you have to learn your own lesson and go through your own heartbreak or go through your own materialism to such an extent that it's so lonely for you, or get ousted from the crowd if you're in the baby soul category because everybody is you're a pariah because you don't follow the rules. So the old soul though has a lot more choices than the previous levels, and chances are good that if you're watching this video to this point, you are an old soul. So I want to talk to you about yourself. And this stage is fascinating because you have a breadth and a width and a depth of information that is truly incredible and valuable in the world. When you go to personal development workshops and seminars, they're full of old souls, kind of, wearing holy jeans and kind of saying, I don't know what to do with money and what is money anyway. And I just want to grow and I want to connect deeply with others in a different way than the mature soul. The old soul has gone through all those stages and now is wanting to live as a mystic, understanding that their soul has lived many times, has lots of information, lots of intuitive development of the psyche, psychic development, and the ability to read and work with energy and work with their life as energy. So you are likely, if you have the patience for this video and you're interested in this information, you are a maverick old soul, because old souls don't conform. You've lived too long. You've done too much. You know too much. And so you're here to invent. And I won't say exactly what you're here to invent. I would more like to hear from you what you're inventing for the world, because the world is largely not populated by a lot of old soul energy. And different countries have different ages, you know. Eastern European countries are older soul, you know, Japan and the US are young soul, you know, dog eat dog, you know, get on top of things. And where, you know, the dollar rules and where power rules. But you may find yourself living in a younger soul country or a younger soul world, which is the world, by the way, and wondering if you even have any value and what your worth is. And I wanted to just lay this out for you so that you could begin to understand that the places that you have discounted in yourself as an older soul, because you feel like, well, nobody's listening to me. There's some truth to that. Just like it's like the young kids don't listen to the old people, right? So there's a way in which you don't feel heard or seen because people are like, I'm going to learn my way. I don't, you, what do you have to offer? But you do have something to offer. And there are people just a few steps behind you who would be very interested in your unorthodox and maverick teachings and ways. If you would like to learn more about who you are as a soul, I do have just a holiday special right now. I'm just doing a recorded reading. I haven't explained this very well because I haven't really done it before. I usually work live. But you can, in the information box, there's a pay link. You can send me an email with up to 3 questions, and I will do an intuitive reading for you on your soul and on what you're going through in this transition. Why are you in a transition? Everyone's in a transition because we are in astrologically a very big shift that is shifting into 2026. So the talents, abilities, and skills that you have as a soul and as a being, you're going to want to utilize in the next epic because that chapter is for you. We've been clearing out so much traditionalism, so much around conformity, where you haven't really felt like you knew how you wanted your life to flower in that era. But you're going to have a new chance. There's very supportive aspects coming in, particularly if you have fire and air in your chart. And that's another thing that we can do is do your chart to show you how you're wired. So check that out. And if you would like to do just connect with me for a conversation, I'm available to find out about my deeper transformations that I offer. Thank you for watching this, old soul, and I will see you soon.